Howdy. On behalf of Texas A&M Athletics, we do welcome you to the Ford Hall of Champions at Kyle Field for this very special day. We do thank you for sharing some time with us today. We know that you have a lot on your schedule, so it means a lot that you're here. To our friends in the media, just a reminder that immediately following today's event, we will go to the Kyle Field Media Room. There'll be about a 15-minute break between the time that this introductory ceremony ends, and then we will continue with the press conference at the Kyle Field Media Room. You'll also have some Q&A time off to the side where the new athletic director will be made available. At this time, it is my honor to introduce a true Aggie legend and a leader. Please make welcome Interim Athletic Director R.C. Slocum.
Howdy. I was looking forward to doing that. Over the past several years, it's been an honor for me to serve as special advisor to the president of Texas A&M, Michael Young. A little over a month ago, he called me in his office and asked if I would serve as the interim athletics director. In the spirit of the 12th man, I was excited to come off the bench and try to help. I eagerly answered yes. I appreciate so much you giving me that opportunity, Dr. Young. This has been a very rewarding experience for me as I have interacted with our athletic department staff, coaches, and athletes. I've been to softball games, baseball games, a track meet, and a very meaningful graduation ceremony for our A&M athletes that were receiving their diplomas this past semester. There's no doubt that we have outstanding people involved throughout our athletic programs and that they're committed to building and being champions. I'm thankful for President Young that he has had the vision that we should demonstrate excellence in everything that we do here at Texas A&M. He's once again affirmed that commitment in his selection of the new leader of Texas A&M athletics. I applaud his choice of Ross Bjork, and I thank each one of you for being here to welcome him and his family to Aggieland. Gig 'em.
Thanks, R.C. And now to officially introduce the new athletic director is the 25th president of Texas A&M University, Michael K. Young.
Howdy. I am particularly pleased to be here because I'm told this is the last time I'm ever going to have a press conference and introduce a new athletic director. So I am pleased about that. R.C., thank you, and let me also thank you for the extraordinary work you did on very short notice. You make a remarkable difference at this university, and yet again stood up and did exactly that. So thank you. We appreciate that. I want to also welcome some other very special people in the audience, particularly Chancellor John Sharp. So many of the facilities we're sitting in today, in part the result of the terrific vision of that extraordinary chancellor. And we know we constantly have your support to try and achieve that excellence in everything we do. John, thank you for what you do for this university. And I don't know if we have other board members here today. Tell them I was asking after them. I'm sorry they're not here. Want to also welcome Ross's family. Sonia, Patrick, Hickson, we're very, very pleased that you're here with us today, part of Aggieland now. It'll be a great ride, and you're a great addition to our family. We appreciate that very much. Grateful for the community members who are here because we know this athletic program and indeed this university couldn't do what it does without the support we get from you. And then finally, and very importantly, a special shout out to our coaches. We have a lot of our coaches, assistant coaches, our athletic staff here, our faculty athletic representative. I see so many whose work is absolutely essential to what makes this one of the greatest athletic programs in the country. We are delighted to add to that athletic program our new athletic director, Ross Bjork. There's been a little bit of an inquiry about how we conducted this search. I've told the media and the press about the number of chickens I cut up and looked at their entrails to try and get the appropriate vision of what we needed. But it really wasn't hard to figure out what I really wanted. We wanted somebody who aspires to the same level of excellence that we do at this university across the board. First and foremost, somebody who helps structure our athletic program to ensure that there is a student focus. Our athletes this year, for the first time, I think, am I right about that? Over a 3.0 grade point average. Graduation rate is extraordinary. We know these young men and women deserve a tremendous education, and that becomes important, and everything else is secondary to that, and we are grateful for that. That focus is essential. Integrity also critical. We are going to win, and we're going to win a lot, but we're going to win the right way. That is central to who Texas A&M is and what we do and who we are. Wanted somebody who also would help ensure that we remain integrated as athletic and academic programs, that we make sure that the athletic program is not an entirely separate entity. There's so much that can be done with this collaboration between all different parts of the university. That's one of the hallmarks of what we have stressed and pressed, and absolutely critical to our success. Wanted to make sure we had someone who understood our supporters, could be transparent, could be candid with them, could work with them. The margin of excellence for this university isn't reposed in the administration. It is reposed in our alumni and what you do for us, how you support us, how you guide us, how you direct. I want to make sure that we had somebody who really could understand that and who could ensure that that continued in important ways. Someone who also understood the importance of the administrative part of this job to keep the trains running on time, and also, extremely importantly, provide the support to our coaches that they need to provide the training and the winning attitude that our student athletes have and our student athletes deserve. So that kind of support, understanding what the coaches need, how can we help them get the resources to best accomplish what they're able to accomplish. Scoured the nation looking for that single person who could do that, and I am delighted that we have someone with exactly that kind of a reputation on every one of those items that I mentioned. If you look at the work that occurred at his prior university, which will remain nameless, the academic performance of the athletes, the facilities that were expanded, the financial stability of the program, the integration of the athletics and the academics, all hallmarks of his tenure there. And so we are truly delighted to have someone of the kind of accomplishment and character to come and to lead our athletic program. He is indeed a true leader. Back-to-back top 40 Director Cup wins for his prior university, best GPAs in that university's history for its athletes 4 years in a row, doubled their revenue, which he's promised to do here, and I'm very excited about that. And an athlete himself, having played football at Emporia State, has 1 year of eligibility left, by the way, he tells me as well. We are delighted to welcome and to introduce you to our new athletic director. We're very excited to see Ross Bjork tenure begin at Texas A&M University.
Thank you. Howdy. Jake, where's Jake? Did I get that right? Okay, I'm going to come back to Jake here in a second. Thank you, President Young. I'm humbled and honored to be standing in front of Aggie Land and being a part of the 12th man. I'm humbled because I'm a product of college athletics. Without a football scholarship, I don't believe that college would have been an option. And I've always believed in giving back to what was given to me. I'm honored because Texas A&M University is a leading flagship university, a destination, a special place with strong core values, a place that's piqued my interest for over 20 years after my first visit in 1998. I'm also honored because Texas A&M is a top 5 athletics program in Texas, in the best athletic conference in college sports, the SEC. All right, so transitioning here, this was the only maroon tie in the city of Oxford. And I bought it I bought it Saturday morning. I snuck in to Joseph A. Bank. But I want to thank the University of Mississippi, student athletes, coaches, the staff, the town of Oxford. We have many best friends there, and we leave behind many memories. It, too, is a special place. All of us are a product of our journey. We don't just land in this one spot on this day. We emerge. Number one to me is my faith in God and my family. I practiced so I wouldn't get emotional, but my wife Sonia and I, we met in a college town, Columbia, Missouri. And she told me, I'm a Missouri girl. I'm never leaving. Well, let's do the math here. We got married in 2002, and we've lived in Miami, Los Angeles, Bowling Green, Kentucky, Oxford, Mississippi, and now College Station. She's my best friend and leader of our family. Thank you, Sonia. Peyton, absolutely. Peyton's 13. He was born at UCLA. He's going into 8th grade, and he'll be looking for a football team to quarterback or play receiver, a basketball team, a baseball team. He's my special advisor on uniforms, marketing plans, recruiting. He's a great graphic designer. He makes those things called edits. So he's already got one for Kellen Mond that we'll show Kellen later. So Peyton. Paxton's 8. Paxton was born at Western Kentucky. He's going into 3rd grade. He's our spark plug, full of energy and has a competitive spirit that keeps us on our toes. That's a nice way of saying that. He'll be looking for a soccer team, a baseball team, a football team, a basketball team, a golf course, an art class, and whatever else. So Paxton, thank you. We have family here in Texas. Tanya, Sonia's sister, twin sister, her husband Michael and son Blake Covington live in Houston. So we're following them to Texas. They moved back here in November. So thank you guys for being here as well. If you don't see us at an A&M event, we'll be at our kids' games or being involved in the community in some way, shape, or form. We will be around Aggie Land quite a bit. President Young, thank you for this tremendous opportunity. I can't wait to work with you and your team, and you have my pledge that I will work hard every day for Aggie Land and for our student athletes to make sure that we have the best academic and athletic experience possible while fulfilling the mission of the university. Thank you, President Young. I want to thank and acknowledge Chancellor John Sharp. Thank you for being here as well, for your support and leadership. We had a great conversation on the phone last week, and I loved your stories about how friendly the students are on campus. And I want to thank and recognize the Board of Regents, and especially Chair Elaine Mendoza. I look forward to building strong relationships with the board and doing my part to move the university and the system forward. I want to acknowledge and thank my predecessors, Scott Woodward, Eric Hyman, Bill Byrne, for charting a course of greatness here. I know all of them well, and they have provided great leadership. Scott and I, we did not get too confused last week where to sit at the SEC meetings, but there was a funny story. The commissioner got confused. Scott was supporting a gymnastics legislation item, and he looked at Scott and said, "Scott, why are you voting for this? A&M, doesn't have gymnastics." And he's like, "Oh, I forgot. You moved on." That was a funny moment. Coach Slocum, thank you for your guidance over Texas A&M athletics the past few months. I met RC a few years ago through our mutual friend Archie Manning. And when RC was named interim athletic director, I called him. And I said, "Congrats on being a new athletic director in the SEC. If you need something, I'm here to help." Had no idea that I would be in this role when I made that call, but I've really enjoyed getting to know you better over the last week, and RC's not going anywhere. We're going to count on him and need his leadership moving forward. Texas A&M student athletes, I know some are here. If you guys would all wave if there's any student athletes here. I think there's some standing around. I look forward to supporting you every day. Student athletes like Nathan Height. Last week at the SEC meetings, Nathan was named the Boyd McWhorter Award winner, the highest academic achievement in the SEC. We have to find this professor who gave Nathan a B. He's got a 3.974 in mechanical engineering. He printed his own 3D printer. That's how talented Nathan is. And then Jake Gibbons. Jake, stand again, please. Jake's on the swimming and diving team. Jake is the chair of the SEC Student Athlete Advisory Council. Howdy, Jake, I think I got that right, hopefully. That's the kind of student athletes that we have here at Texas A&M. Athletic staff, I look forward to working with all of you and locking arms. And here's my belief: everyone in athletics can be an academic advisor. We can always ask our student athletes about how class is going. We're all compliance officers, and we can all help sell a ticket. The logo never comes off. That's my belief in athletic staff. Coaches, we've got several coaches here. You impact our student athletes more than anyone, and we need your strong leadership and commitment. So what does an athletic director actually do? This question was posed to me by a faculty member at Ole Miss a few years ago, and he was dead serious. And he said, hey, I know director of athletics, but what do you actually do? And I said, I give speeches and I watch games. Right? Is that it? Is that all we have to do? It's a little more technical than that. I believe that there's main essentials for being a successful athletic director. Number one is coaches and staff development. We must mentor and develop our staff and coaches because they're the ones who impact our student athletes. I must be involved in external resource acquisition. The 12th Man Foundation, Association of Former Students, Texas A&M Ventures, whatever the revenue sources are, I need to be involved in that as the athletic director. Student athlete well-being in life after sports. We hope that all of our student athletes can go pro. That's a dream, and we'll have that vision for them and we'll help them. But the reality is not that many do, and so how are we preparing them for life after sports? And then we all have to be teachers and educators. We may not have professor in our title, but we're teachers and educators. And so how do we do it? There's two things that we can control every single day when we wake up. It's our attitude and our effort. I walked by this tunnel over here and I saw the word attitude. I said, that's perfect. They did that just for my speech today. I like to keep things very, very simple, and this will form the foundation of our leadership and how we operate. Nothing will work unless we do, and we will always have a positive attitude. If athletics operates the right way, we can be a vehicle. For some people, it's the main vehicle to propel the university. You've heard the terms front porch, front window, meaning that if you win that football game on Saturday, we all feel a little smarter walking around campus Monday morning. That Aggie ring fits a little better on Sunday morning after that big win. Vision. The vision that I've had everywhere that I've been is that we want to be number one academically and athletically. That's it, number one. And that'll be the premise that we have here at Texas A&M. Purpose, to give our student athletes the opportunity to achieve their full potential through athletics. So we will have purpose every single day. And then core values. This fits me so well, and I think that's why I'm perfect for this job, because I love the university's core values, starting with excellence. Everyone here wants to win, and they want to be the best. Integrity, this will be number one for our leadership in athletics. Respect, loyalty, leadership, selfless service. I know these values carry across the entire university, but when I think of these values, the Corps of Cadets are top of mind. Who better to uphold respect, loyalty, leadership, and service than our cadets? And that Fightin' Aggie band is pretty darn good. Actually, they're terrific. They're great. So core values will be our influence, because athletics can be noisy, it can be full of distractions, and we must uphold these values every day. And as I learn more about A&M athletics, we'll tailor and have our own core values, and they could include academic excellence. We can have a better GPA. We can have better graduation rates. We can have better APR scores. Community engagement. We cannot operate A&M athletics sitting behind our desk. We have to be involved in our communities in Texas and beyond. We're a global athletics program. President Young mentioned university integration. We're part of the team. We're not separate. We may be across the street physically, but we are integrated. Integrity. How we do things is just as important as what we produce. So we will do the right thing and do things right every single day. I mentioned student athletes. They're the beginning and the end, period. We will defend and protect our student athletes every single day. And then competitive excellence. We have to embrace, this is an amazing platform, we have to embrace and capitalize on being the only SEC member in the state of Texas. That's an incredible platform. And so I believe we can and should and will win more SEC championships and NCAA championships here in Aggie land. Thank you for this magnificent opportunity. Gig 'em Aggies. Thank you.
Now, he couldn't buy this in Oxford. That was pretty clear.
Okay.
Perfect.
You gotta do the gig 'em.
Now, we also know that we're nothing if not a family. And I'd like to invite Sonia, Paxton, Peyton, if you would all come up here and join me for a second. We'll start with your mother. Welcome. We're delighted to have you here. And we see that the boys already are pretty much ready to be Aggies. We did that already, but we want to make sure we help them. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank
What do you say, buddy?
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. You gotta gig 'em. Come on, do this. Come on. You got it? All right. Now it's back. Good job, buddy.
Once again, we do thank you for being here as we welcome Ross Bjork to the Aggie family. Press conference will begin about 15 minutes, once again, in the Kyle Field Media Room. We do ask you to be safe as you return home, and we do thank you once again for being here for this special occasion. Thanks, and gig 'em.